Oh, yes. All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 12 p.m. R9 member Tech Bits mini series. So glad that you can make us be here with us today. And we're excited to talk about today's lesson. So a couple of outcomes that we always look to for the staff mini series sessions are to become familiar with Google Suites and other technology resources, identify ways to utilize those tools in your work and in the classroom, and to make sure that we set up those tools and try to practice and play together. So TechBit norms, just like any other meeting I hear at Region 9, everybody participate. You can always choose to pass, be an active listener, open and honest, don't be afraid to take risks, and find connections and ideas amongst each other. That's why we're coming together to collaborate and work together and support one another. On each of these little cute slide decks that I've created, make sure that you check out the resource page because that gives you additional videos to watch on the subjects or topics that we're going over today. So be sure to check that out. We're going to have a practice and play session like I mentioned before. And here's my contact information and the TechBits website in case you're interested in finding more about us. So I'm going to escape. Everybody can still see my screen, thumbs up. Yep, thank you, Ms. Toby. All right, great. And so today we're just going to kind of jump right in. We are going to be covering inserting images. How do you insert images? So it's kind of continuing our Google formatting lessons, just diving deeper and deeper into Google Docs. And the first thing that you want to do is always open up a Google Doc. You can do that in a couple of ways. Docs.new, like we've covered before. You can always go to your Drive and open one in your Drive by Create New. So here I've already started our practice and play session. And we're going to kind of just cover a few different ways of how you can insert and edit your images in Google Docs. So let's go ahead, and one of the first things that I want to do that I always do, like say we're creating a header, a flyer, is I want to always insert a header. So to insert a header, you want to always go to your insert, and you should see down here, headers and footers. I'm going to go ahead and select header, and as you notice, it added a header for me, and it's always going to center it for you, which is kind of really nice. Let me move these Zoom controls around, they're kind of in the way. So I've created a header, and right now I'm just kind of working on a flyer for a party because you know April likes parties. So there's a couple of ways that I can quickly insert an image for my header to attract my audience. And the great thing about inserting images into anything that you're working on, it is visually attractive. And it also just enhances any of the text that you possibly want to bring more of a impact to. So I use images constantly when working in TechBits, marketing, or other projects here at Region 9. So this is always a handy thing to use. So let's kind of get right at it. So I'm in the header, I've created the header. What I want to do now is look for my insert image icon, which is on my second navigation toolbar. Drop that down. Now there's a couple of ways to skin this cat. One is I can upload an image that I've already pre-downloaded from the web, you know, usually, or from my photos onto my computer. So in this case, if I wanted to upload from my computer, it's going to give me my folders on my actual hard drive. And if I go to desktop, I can see that I've already pre-downloaded a Bitmoji party little icon. So there we go. Okay. And this looks a little bit big to me, a little bit large. My emoji is just taking up too much real estate space on my page. So always what you want to do is click directly on your the image itself, grab one of the corners and shrink, okay? If you grab from this side or from the top, the image will get wonky. And then you'll just be in this constant fight to kind of figure out how to get it back to look proportioned. So I'm going to go ahead and back that out, undo, undo, undo. All right. So once again, my suggestion is always to grab your icon from one corner and pull in. And that's always going to kind of leave you with a clean, cleaner looking image. Okay. So we've kind of added our header, which is fun. The other kind of thing I want to go over you or review with you is using our paint roller. So what I like to do is kind of make things a little bit more fancy. So to do that, we can utilize our fonts. All right, let's do Architect's Daughter. Let's go ahead and blow these up and let's add some color to it. So it pops just a little bit more. All right. So in that case, I kind of highlighted it all at once, and it basically grabbed all of those and was able to update it. Now, the only thing about that is now I'm in purple and now the rest of my font is going to be colored as well. So I may not want that. So my suggestion, and let's just back that out, oops, is to is that Miss Casey Patterson that I see? Okay, so backing that back out, what I would like to do is to do my date. So November, oops, if I can type 24. Okay, so we're gonna have a party on Thanksgiving. I like to eat a little bit later. So 6 p.m. and the location, Paris, France. Okay, so what we can do at this point is utilize our paint roller icon. So again, I'm picking one, the date, highlighting it. Gonna ahead and blow that up a little bit, bold it, recolor it. And I would like this to translate to the other, the time and location, and not affect my November, my typed out dates or times. So I'm going to click on the paint roller, paint format, click on time, and click on location. And it's quickly updated those throughout my document, but without affecting my other text, which is nice. Okay. So going back to inserting images, they're always nice to insert images. Again, I have something posted in my flyer for live music. I really want people to get excited about that. So another quick and easy way to insert an image, instead of doing the downloaded version off of my drive that I kind of pre-posted, we're gonna, in this case, go back up to our second navigation toolbar, click on insert image icon, drop that down, and I'm going to go to search the web. So the nice thing about Google Docs is I can search the web quickly right there as my doc is open. I don't have to flip back and forth between tabs. So it basically pops open a search bar. And I always like to note to self, either type in transparent or transparent background first, and then type in what you're looking for. So in this case, live music images, and you're going to have all sorts of different fun images to choose from. You know, just depends on what you're looking for. Maybe I'm going to just say music, see what that pulls up. Oh, it's going to pull up some notes. Music notes. I don't know, that kind of looks fun. So I click and drag or double click, excuse me, and it's going to load that image onto the docs. Again, the picture, often these are really large, so you want to click on one corner and drag it in to resize your image, shrink it down a little bit. Oops, I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, I have several. You know, that's what happens when you're not very patient. So looking at my image that I just loaded into the Google Docs, I do have a couple of options that I can choose from. So when I click on the image, it's going to give me this toolbar, this handy dandy toolbar at the bottom. And from this point, I can create all sorts of different margins if I need to. Um, I can move it with the text. I can relocate fixed position on page, move with text, okay? And I can have different position options. When I click over in the different position options, it's gonna kind of give me a image options toolbar on the right-hand side. And from there, I'll have all sorts of different ways that I can manipulate and resize my image. I could rotate to different angles, okay? So if I needed to move an angle to a 90% angle, I've just moved that, okay? And then if I click the arrow up and down, as you can see, it's just kind of rotating. So even if I wanted to have it as a slant to create a different effect, I can do that as well. So, and moving with the text will basically allow you to, it's just a little bit easier to manipulate the image. So I would definitely select that because it has an easier time. So if I have, say, a paragraph right here and I'm placing my image in there, sometimes it goes down below or what we want to do is have it wrap around the text, wrap around the image. And move with text allows you to do that. And then it just makes it a cleaner way of manipulating your image at that point. So as you can see, there's a break in the text option. And what happened was it placed the image in between. I can place my words on the other side of it. Okay. And then around it. So this is kind of a wraparound text, right? And this is the move with text. Or I can have a fixed position on the page, all from clicking on the icon and the little drop down menu right there. Now again, if I click on the icon, I can either access this larger options image here, or again on the toolbar. So if I close that out and click on image options at the top. But again, this is highlighted. That's why I'm able to see this. It opens up the larger menu to modify and change my images. And again, this is the text wrapping that we just went through over here on the sub menu, sorry. And then right here. And then down below, I can rotate it, wrap the text, position. So I want to move with text and relative to top left of the paragraph. So you can also move these inches, which is nice if you have to get in the weeds a little bit, okay? This kind of gives you the option to move them in smaller increments if needed. Now the recolor option at the bottom is kind of a nice, easy way to quickly recolor a graphic that you've pulled off of the web. I use it often when I'm marketing. So if I go to recolor, there's no recolor on the drop down. It'll default to that, but go ahead and click that open. And again, I've got to move the zoom tools again, apologize. But as you can see, if I have a colored theme, maybe I don't like the black and red and I want to go to purple, all right, which is a light 9. I now have changed that icon in a second to a different color, okay? And it gives you lots of different variations and colors to choose from, if you can see at the bottom of the screen, which is kind of nice, and it's quick and easy to use. Okay. I kind of like the purple. All right. Does anybody have any questions so far? Have you all played around with image options? Used it before? No, Toby's shaking her head. I can't. I
I've
don't think I.
created a lot of images and I enjoy doing that, but the image options, I didn't realize that existed. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
good. Oh, good. Yeah. I kind of discovered, and what's nice is you can click on that image itself and access it on this little toolbar, which you know, I didn't really pay attention to this toolbar. And these icons right here, it used to be wrap text, you would say wrap around text. Now they just kind of have little picture icons, which is a little bit different. So that was nice to do that. Again, you have your explore option as well. I know we kind of searched our image using the web. We searched an image that I pre-downloaded onto my hard drive. Again, let's go back to our image icon and explore that a little bit more. Now, keep in mind, if you have your Region 9 logos downloaded to your drive, you can quickly access it from this point, your drive or your photos. So the other thing is, if you have a website open and you copy the URL, you can simply paste in that image by the URL. So it just, you know, there's always like 10 different ways to do. The other thing, if I'm working on a bio that I have to do of myself, I can quickly take a picture of myself. Not that we all love doing that as women, but you know, we can do it and take a picture of myself on the camera, download it, and it'll pop it right in there. And then I can start working on my bio and wrap around my text around that picture and reshape it. The other thing, I know you kind of already know this, but there's a way to, let's see, all of these little icons right here, border dashes, all right, border weight, border color. So if we wanted to do a color, a border color, and you can always up, you know, if you need more points, sorry, heavier line, you choose different points, okay? Thick border, small border, or I can make it into a dash. Okay, quick on the fly. And then again, cropping image. This is a little bit different than just shrinking the image itself. So if I have this large image of people, but there's too much background stuff going on, and I just want to focus in more on the, or maybe I want to only do the upper part of the body. Cropping is the tool to use. So as you can see, if I pulled it in from one corner, all of this in the, it's kind of faded out on the border. This is what's cropping. So we're focusing our camera in, or our vision in, on what is in the white and outlined in the black. That's, so what I can do is move that image around and kind of crop it. Maybe it wasn't that bad to begin with, but you get the idea. Kind of move this and reshape my box. Now, when I click outside of it, now it's kind of recropped that original image that I pulled from the web. And I really don't like that turquoise border around there. That's really bad. I can't do it. Can't do it, y'all. All right. Okay. So that, I think, covers inserting text. We did the last time, we covered creating a quick chart and inserting an image into that chart, and then highlighting and hyperlinking a text underneath that image. So there's also a nice way to format and utilize. I don't know if you were here, Toby. You're kind of looking at me like, no, you missed that one. Okay. But basically, what I found out was to hyperlink to a text, but underneath an image. There's kind of a quick and easy way to do that. And I would just go to table and click on one box, all right? And then in that box, I want to go to insert and then go to image and then search the web again. Oh, food looks so good. Okay, I'll try to be good here. Double click and insert my image. Sometimes it takes a little while. Again, it's really large, so you want to grab it from a corner, shrink it down, possibly shrink it down again. All right, and from that point, healthy foods underneath my icon. And at this point, I can shrink in my box, okay, my chart. And let's see if I can get this centered here. Center that. And say I was looking up healthy foods online. Eating healthy, healthguide.org looks good to me. Okay. And what I would do is I'd highlight that URL, go back to my session, highlight this wording, and then click on the handy dandy hyperlink, paste. And now I have a nice neat box that has my picture. Now say I don't want, I really don't like this. I don't really want the box outlined per se. So the borders, oops, I should be able to click right here. Oh, it's right here, sorry. I drop that down and where's none? Oops, image options. Okay. Recolor and adjustments.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Right here, this is what Teresa's referring to. We didn't get that far. I kind of skipped it. Sorry. Ooh, I hate these Zoom things. Okay. So on the transparency, this is really nice. So you have your picture highlighted. You can be like, I want to fade this out, fade it more. So that is a quick and easy way to go transparent. I always still have a brightness. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I can fade that out a little bit more if I wanted to, or brighten it up, and then contrast. So these are kind of like your photo, when you're touching up photos, these are often the same sort of dials that they use, photographers use. So those are kind of just 3 different ways that you can adjust your picture as well. So thank you, Teresa. We went over recolor, which is nice, which kind of gives you some quick ways to recolor. And position is grayed out, and I'm assuming it's because we are inside the chart. Text wrapping, again, we have that text in the way. Oops, clicked out of my image options. And then size and rotation. Once again, just easy ways to modify your height, your width scales, and angles. So that's often nice. So say if I want to move it from horizontal to vertical, I can do that quickly. That is pretty much all I have for you guys today. Does anybody want to kind of practice or play with what we've learned today with inserting an image, or have any other questions?
Way. Okay. your party time is in your header, right?
Mhm.
So what if you wanted your image to be the very first thing, like on a letterhead, but you wanted text out to the right side of that? How would you do that?
Okay. To kind of just make it nice and clean. Yeah. So Teresa, you're online with me right now. So this is kind of a good
Mhm.
opportunity. Um, so if I just start typing right now, what you're saying, you know, all the address and stuff, you want it right against the photo or the
Yeah.
picture. Okay. But if I started just back, you know, I did it back, it deletes it. So I wonder if in header, so I'm thinking there's a couple of ways that we can adjust this. No.
I think you probably need to wrap your text or something like that with
Okay.
you
Try
know,
to do
on
this.
the, yeah, you kind of might have to test it out, you know. You can select your text right there, April, and even when you wrap it, um, go ahead and wrap it again.
Okay, so I went to image and I was wrapping it that way.
Okay. Yeah,
Is that not?
right. Yeah. So now select your text.
Oh,
So
what happened?
crazy things happen. That's why you just play with it. If it doesn't work, you hit undo.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, how did that get up there? And then this went down. Am I still in my header?
Yeah, you kind of are, I think.
That is weird.
Might not, it might, yeah, come out.
No, there's a header there.
Yeah.
So I have my text. I'm going to kind of walk this backwards. Upload from the computer. Let's enter my party time emoji again. Resize.
Okay, now from there, select just your text. Don't change anything.
My text.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of
yes.
selecting, and that's okay. And then see the little arrow at the very, very top where you can move your text over.
The arrow at the very, very,
Other
very
than the
top.
little blue, it's on
Am I
it's on where it says
right or
1, 2,
left?
3, 4, 5, 6. I would select it from, I'm trying to do it with my cursor right now.
Okay, so just articulate what you want me to do. I'm sorry,
So
because
I
I don't
want you to
see
move the text
wraparound.
over. So no, so I want to see what happens when you grab the little tiny blue arrow that's on the,
Oh, right here.
yeah,
The margins?
yeah.
Okay.
Slide it over and see what happens. Stop. Just moved everything over. But you know,
Oh,
I want you to move it over without moving the picture over. So we need to pick a different wrap or not wrap, or you know,
no. Okay, okay, okay.
picture. So click on your picture again and go to a different.
What about this? No. And then go like here. No.
I think you need to select your text first.
Oh. Thank you.
I don't think it's going to do it still because it's not.
Oh, it's just
You
maybe.
kind of need to separate it from the picture, the text. So click on your text. Click on your picture.
Picture.
And go to one of the other options, break text. Did you break?
Right?
Wrap
This
text.
one?
Yeah, try
The
that
wrap
one.
text. But then it made it all wonky again.
Yeah, weird. Move that thing up.
But I may have other formatting stuff in there.
Yeah. Hit undo.
Undo. Okay.
Now, what are the other options besides wrap text?
Okay, so this is wrap text. This is inline. Break text. You want break text?
Try that.
Okay. I don't even know what that did. Nothing.
Now see if you can grab just your text. You know, it's not letting you just.
Ooh, it's not.
Come over.
Good challenge question, Toby.
I've
It
not
just
Um,
tells me that what I was
Toby.
trying to do the other day is not, yeah, it's not easy thing to do, or, yeah.
Well,
So,
I've done it
is.
before.
It's
I just can't
just,
remember how I did it.
yeah, I mean, we've done it before. It's just remembering the steps to get there is always fun.
Because there's not a text box, right? Can't
There's
add
not a
text
time.
box. So you,
No, yeah. So this isn't like draw or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So, but we could do, but again, it didn't work at the bottom. I could, and create two different like tables, right? And put the picture on one side and then my text on the other side. I could do something like that, right? And then white out my table. I don't know if that would work. Oops, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. So we can try it that way. I just have never done that in the header before, but let's see. Insert table. All right. And then I want to insert my image, upload from computer. I mean, it's just a different way to skin the cat or whatever.
mhm.
Shrink this down. It cropped. I didn't want to crop. I just want to shrink. Okay. And then from this point, I'm typing in my address, phone number, blah, 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 right? And then I can,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that would work for you. And then, so technically we're supposed to be able to highlight here or drop this down and then get rid of the border.
Right.
But for some reason, April's options aren't working. So, Teresa, does that kind of work, right? A little bit.
yeah.
It was a different way of doing it. I mean, you can make this larger.
And when you have limited options in something like this, you do just kind of have to improvise.
Right.
Well-
It's not like Word.
So I was trying to like recreate some of Sharni's Child Find flyers that she already had done, so I didn't have to just start from scratch.
Mhm.
And they were probably done in Word or something. I really don't know.
Okay.
So, it wouldn't be too hard to just make all new documents, but I wasn't quite sure. But that I can see how that would work right there. what
And
you
then
did, so.
you also have some templates in your Google Docs. You should have some templates that you can work with
Okay.
that maybe could simplify that for
Okay.
you. So maybe check out your templates. Do you know how to get to your Google Docs?
Yes.
Okay. So not going to Drive, but just go to your Rubik's Cube and then select Docs.
Right.
And then that will give you some template
Okay.
options.
All right. I'll try that first.
Do you have a suggestion, Teresa? Why are you Catherine Patterson, Teresa?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Catherine, I have no idea.
Yeah. Your
It
name?
says Katie Patterson on there. I thought,
Absolutely no idea why.
okay, that makes sense. Well, I was shocked when I heard your voice.
Weird. Do you not have Word, Toby?
On this computer, I don't know. I probably do,
should.
but I haven't looked. I don't know.
Or we could create it in Canva,
Yes.
and that would be fun. And you would have a lot more just options as far as visuals.
Do I have that, or that's something that you have,
Well,
right?
it's kind of something. I have it. April has it so far.
Okay. So what I need to do is just come up with what I need, and then you can help me come up with something.
If you have Word, though, to me, that it's just a lot easier to create stuff in there and make it pretty, and then you can turn it into a PDF, and share it out as a PDF.
Okay.
It's kind
Well,
of
and that's the other thing. Is this something that you're going to have to collaborate with others on, or is it just your deal? If it's just your deal, Word is
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah. I'll be happy to sit and work on that with you, Toby, sometime.
Okay.
Just to
Yeah, in your spare time.
she loves to
that's
have
our
fun with that.
formatting time. Yes.
Yeah.
I love formatting in Word. It's fun.
Well, everyone, we are over time. It's 12:41. I'm sorry to take so much of your time today.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
And if I think of anything else, Toby, I'll get back to you
Okay,
and just give you a shout. How does that sound?
okay, sounds good.
Okay, if I play with it
Thanks
a
a
little bit more.
lot. Bye.
All right. Bye.